Today, we're going to be doing some myth busting. So, there's some online YouTubers that they talk about electroculture. And electroculture is a World War I, World War II era technology. There was some technology that they were trying out back in the 1800s. And basically what it is that you're trying to harness the static energy of the surrounding area and transfer it to your plants. Most experiments I have seen, it don't work. Now, people believe in this, they strongly believe in this. But one YouTuber said something that kind of shocked me. And while I'm on the fence with this whole electroculture issue, I was astonished that they said that they said that their studies after studies showing where putting copper in the ground and not using iron will reduce or will actually increase your yield. They're saying that if you will put copper with your plants or till with copper, that somehow, some way, it will actually make your yield better. So I'm doing an experiment with a plant that is notoriously difficult for me to germinate. I don't know why. It is a fish pepper. And so I've tried to germinate fish pepper before. It's always very difficult for me. I grow other types of peppers, no problem. Fish peppers have always been a problem. So what I'm going to do, I've got some pennies. And so I'm going to do 2 with pennies. And then I'm going to do 2 without. I'm going to show you how I do my pepper germination here in Florida, because right now it's a little over 72 degrees, nice and sunny. And I'm going to show you how to do my cups, do everything, and then we'll see if this works. Okay, so first thing I do, because I have a copious amount of oak leaves, I'm trying to get all this mulched and turn this into fertile soil, make it into grassy fertile soil. But what I've done is I've marked fish pepper on a knockoff solo cup, and I put fish pepper 1C for my where I'm using the copper pennies. And so yes, I understand that the amount of copper is minimal, but according to this guy, it is just a minimal amount of copper needed. So we'll see how this works. Now the next step. My next step is to use worm castings. I'll put worm casting. There's my dog Rebel. He's always interested when I get out around the worm bin. But what I'll do is I'll get the worm castings out of here, try to get any of the cocoons out and worms I can get out of here, and then I'll put this in the cups. I have found, for whatever reason, that worm castings cause plants to root better than plants without worm castings. Here we go. We've got them filled up with worm castings. Since I really think this is more pseudoscience and myth and superstition than anything else, I'm putting the heads up. So you see I got them marked. 1 cent here with a penny. 1 cent here with a penny, heads up. Now we'll put the seeds, equal amounts. Now the other day I was complaining about a dealer on Etsy that does fish pepper that I've had a problem with, but these people, Tamboo Garden, they have been fantastic. And they offered some Serrano chilies, so I'll plant them later, but they've always been excellent to deal with. It's only because it's been a difficult plant to germinate is the reason why I reached out to Murray Seed Company. Again, I will not be using Murray ever again, but Tamboo Garden, they have been fantastic to deal with. I love them, and I highly suggest them, and they have not paid for any of this. So this is just out of my own pocket, me just wanting to call out a good seller on Etsy. Okay, so that is 5 seed in each one of these cups, and I've got some left over just in case some don't germinate. So that's 5 seed. Like I said, these are notoriously bad for germination for me for some reason, so we'll see what we get. Now let's go to the next step. I do want to say, if you don't have a healthy worm bed, you need to make you one. There's one, it's very easy. I did a video, I taped it a few weeks ago, but I've had some loading issues, so it probably is going to air after this video. So this is actually a few weeks after the taping of that video. But when it comes out, I'm going to show you how to make this. And this is a fantastic way of having year-round fishing bait and year-round plant media. And there's nothing to it. They're using waste. This is tea grounds and some just regular house waste from cooking. This mostly black tea because I drink unsweet tea all the time. And this is just a way that you can easily and passively improve the health of your soil, and if you like to fish, make some memories. So watch out for that video to drop. It's a very simple way of doing it, especially if you live in an environment in zone 9 and 8. Anything colder than 8, you may want to do something indoors. If you want to do something indoors, you can still do this, leave it in a garage. Or if you want to go to a more extreme method, there's a guy named Tolga, and I'll link him in the description. He is a fantastic resource. He's from Dubai. Interesting guy, very knowledgeable, very kind. He has a wonderful online community. I wish I could have half the online community he has as far as being interactive. He is just doing everything right, hitting on all strokes. But right now I've already topped off the seeds. Now we'll water them and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so these are filled, watered. Now what I'm going to do, where that bottom line is, I'm going to take this screw in my hand. It's hard to see with this black glove or gray glove, but I've got a screw here. It's a drywall screw. And I'm just going to poke about 4 holes. I'm just going to screw it in and just pull it out. And I'm put it in the side about 1 inch from the bottom. And that's just so that the water will leak out so it don't get waterlogged, but there's still moisture for it to wick up. Okay, the holes are drilled in it. You can see one there. Now I'll put it in a sunny location, and that's it. Just so you can see some of the peppers, this is the Pekin pepper. Here's another pepper. And another. So these are not fish peppers, but you can see this method works. So we'll see how the fish peppers react. Oh, another little pro tip if you want to try it. Take some basil seed and toss them in with your pepper plants, and this is after the peppers start to germinate. Throw in your basil seed, and once the basil gets established and you plant the pepper with the basil, bugs like to go to basil over tomatoes. So they'll actually, once the basil takes on, it will actually protect your peppers. But I don't like to have basil growing before I plant my tomatoes because the young basil can crowd out the pepper seed sometime. So I always plant the basil just after the first 2 set of leaves comes on with the pepper. Well, that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. Tell me in the comments section, what do you think? Do you think the penny trick is going to work? Do you think there's anything to this? Or do you think it's all a bunch of hoopla? As things progress, if they germinate, I'll show you that. If they don't, I'll also show you that. And I'll let you see the difference in them. and I'll just give you little updates. It may be a short, it may not be a short. So with that, I'll see you again next time. Bye.